All right, gang, we got a fun one. So Coach is going to share his top 15 hoops games from the sixth generation. We'll throw in a couple honorable mentions as well. But starting with the earliest, we got NBA Live 2001. Wasn't quite the leap people wanted from the PS1, but it was an improvement and certainly the best offering from this year. And unless you're trying to pick up a Dreamcast and go with NBA 2K1, it's certainly your best bet. Coach owned the college basketball offering. I believe it was Final Four 2001 from 989. It was abysmal. Coach says avoid like the plague. This game wasn't all that bad, but like most of early sixth gen offerings, 2000 and 2001 sports games, instead of it being a prototype for a whole new sports engine, it was just the best of the old engine, right? So you took the PS1 gameplay, spruced it up a little bit with the visuals, and you got what you got, right? So Coach says far from a bad game, just wasn't enough to be like a must own for anybody who wasn't a diehard basketball fan, right? So NBA Live 2001, if you like the PS1 era, this is probably your best bet. Now NBA 2Night 2002 got the ESPN engine, made from Konami, certainly an odd sighting there. Made great use of the ESPN engine, and it has a franchise mode. This was certainly a standout title. It is rather rare now. You probably got to pay about $20 to pick it up, which is a lot for an old sports game. It did have a sequel, but it lost the ESPN license, so for that reason, Coach recommends this game. Odd note, this released February 25th of 2002, so NBA Hoops had already been on the shelf for months by the time this rolled around, is why I believe it's so rare. It just didn't have the time to sell the copies, and you're also still competing with Dreamcast at this point. NBA 2K2, much better name recognition. Of course, people know NBA Live 2002. This game was just pretty much made for nobody. But Coach says, looking back, this one should be in your collection and would probably be your best bet for the 2001-2002 season. This is an Xbox exclusive. Once again, they had a sequel, but 2004 had some really stiff competition. I think NBA Inside Drive was actually onto something in 2003. Right, so this would be the one that I recommend, especially if you own an Xbox. Like I said, you can't get it anywhere else, but certainly going to have a good time with it. Holds up well, and Coach thinks actually better to play than the sequel. Then for 2004, Coach is going NBA Shootout 2004. Instead of being Xbox first party, this one is 989 Sports, which Coach told you can be rather shaky, right? But this title seemed to have some care to it, and like I said, had a lot of competition, so for it to stand out at all, Coach says it's worth a look, especially being the last from them, but not recommended above NCAA March Madness 2004, which Coach thinks definitely was the best game released that year. Coach says any EA Sports game from the 6th gen, get on the PlayStation. Don't worry about the Xbox or the GameCube version. Maybe if you're playing Tiger Woods, right, there's an exception, but anything else where it's fast moving and you got to react, right, stick to the PS2. It's what it was made for. It may look a little better on the Xbox, but it certainly won't play better, and you have plenty of good options on Xbox anyways. You shouldn't be dealing with lazy ports, right? So just get a PS2 if you want to play these games. You got another mellow cover, right? So you go from NCAA March Madness 04 to NBA Live 05. This introduced the dunk contest. Of course, if you're just playing for the dunk contest, you could probably pick this up on the GameCube or something like that without there being a huge hit in quality. Coach really liked College Hoops 2K5. He thought it was way better than the EA Sports March Madness offering of that year. And the NBA game was good to go with it. But with the dunk contest being such a standout feature of NBA Live 05, Coach has to recommend this pairing. And then, you just had the 04. Right, so you can't. NBA Live 04 is good. But also, Coach was saying NBA Live 04 is good too. So if you just wanted to go Live 04 and March Madness 04, nothing wrong there. But Coach would say still pick up NBA Shootout just to have, for something different. Now, the 2K6, right? College hoops and NBA 2K6, way better than the 360 version. So you could show your friends that made the next gen jump that they made a mistake. You got NBA 07, The Life, Volume 2, Kobe Bryant on the cover. It's got a story mode, right? So very unique experience there. NBA Street Volume 2, everybody knows and love. Coach tells you get it on the PS2. NBA Ballers, awesome game. Coach says best on the original Xbox. And One Street Ball, basically just sequel to Street Hoops, but with the licensing of And One and some expanded moves. They had a bunch of years to work on this one. So Coach thinks it is a big improvement, but he loves Street Hoops as well. NBA Jam, interesting entry in the series. Coach thinks the one on 7th gen after this one is better for the 360 and PS3 personally. NBA Hoops was certainly a step up from the Dreamcast version on the PS2 and has like a season mode, a bunch of like arcade modes. Certainly an interesting game, but the visuals are very dated by today's standards. Coach thinks it looks closer to, like Courtside or something than most other PS2 games. So Street Hoops, of course, Coach mentioned, still a very good game in the original NBA Street. So those two are just honorable mentions because, of course, they had superior sequels, but the rest round out Coach's top 15. So to recap, we got NBA Hoops, NBA Jam, and One Street Ball, NBA Ballers, NBA Street 2, NBA 07 The Life, 2K6, College Hoops and NBA, College Hoops 2K5, NBA Live 05, March Madness 04, Shootout 04, Inside Drive 03, NBA Tonight 02, and NBA Live 01. Coach, appreciate you letting me